So today we will see environmental clearance process in India. Now that is known as EIS process or environmental clearance process in India. In the beginning, it will involve a site selection followed by conducting of EIA procedures. Then we will apply for an NOC for the project, no objection certificate, and the State Pollution Control Board will arrange public hearing again, and then the project proponent will apply for the environmental clearance, submitting required documents, EIA report, no objection certificate, etc. And the review will be carried out by Environmental Appraisal Committee, and if sometimes changes will be suggested. If changes are suggested, then conduct of EIA is again done and the steps are continued, or else it can be accepted, or else it can be rejected. This is the steps in short. In detail, when we speak of environmental clearance in India, now it is required for 39 types of projects and covers steps like screening, scoping and evaluation of upcoming project. So regarding the steps, identification of the location with existing site guideline, that is the first step. We identify the location with existing site guidelines. Next step is that the project site does not, if the project site does not match the guidelines, alternate site has to be identified. Now, after that, then the assessment falls under the purview of environmental clearance. Now, later, studies can be made either directly or by using consultants. Now, if the project goes to the state government for clearance, for example, if the project is something very important, and the project for clearance, it has to reach the state government, it has to get the clearance from the state government. So it will categorize into B1 and B2 projects. So B2 projects do not require preparation of EIA reports. So if it is under the state government, there are two types, B1 and B2. B2 doesn't require EIA reports and B1 will require EIA reports. Now for B1, when the report is ready, the investor approaches the concerned State Pollution Control Board, SPCB, and State Forest Department. So they both evaluate and assess the quantity and quality of the effluents and checks with the standards. And if according to the standards, if it is okay, that is well below threshold concentration, as I taught you earlier, if it is okay, NOC is given for 15 years validity. Now, else it is kept for public, and again public hearing is also kept mandatory for the same, and the local people and the project proponent and the government has to come face to face and they will express their concerns. Then public hearing is conducted before the issue of NOC from the SPCB. Now, before the issue of the no objection certificate, public hearing is conducted. The chairperson of the public hearing is district collector, and other members of the committee includes officials from district development of the body, SPCB, that is State Pollution Control Board, Department of Environment and Forest, Taluk and Grama Panchayat representative, senior citizens of the district. All these things are, all these people are in the presence of all these people. The thing is discussed and they hear the things and they pass the things to the next level. Now the project proponent submits an application for environmental clearance with the Ministry of Environment and Forest if it falls under project A category or state government if B category. Now A category means project that is B1 category that requires environmental clearance. Now environmental appraisal. The document submitted by an investor may be scrutinized first by multidisciplinary staff functioning in the Ministry of Environment and Forest, who may make site visit if required. Now that is an appraisal for the Environmental Act. Now committees are formed called Environmental Appraisal Committees, and these committees can also arrange public hearings by announcing them 30 days before in newspapers. The appraisal committee recommends acceptance or rejection of the projects, and these recommendations are further proceeded in the Ministry of Forest and for approval and rejection. Now they just issue the clearance or rejection letter, that is When a project requires both environmental clearance as well as approval under the Forest Conservation Act 1980, proposals for both are required to be given simultaneously to the concerned divisions of the ministry. So the processing is done simultaneously for clearance rejection, and although separate letters may be issued. If the project does not involve diversion of forest land, the case is processed only for the environmental clearance. Now, once all documents and data are received and public hearings have been held, assessment evaluation of the project from the environment angle is completed within 90 days, and the decision of the ministry shall be conveyed within 30 days thereafter. The clearance granted shall be valid for a period of 5 years for beginning of the construction or operation of the project. So in the beginning, the clearance will be given only for 5 years in this case. So thank you. That is environmental clearance procedure in India.